Okay, guys, so welcome to the Sound of Accra podcast. I go by the name of Adrian Daniels, and if you already know, this is a show where we chat with colourful creatives and entrepreneurs from a Ghanaian background or heritage, bringing you one step closer to Accra, wherever you are, promoting global Ghanaian excellence. I've got Frank and I've got Ivan in the house, co-founders of Live in Ghana. What's up, guys?
What's good, bro?
You good?
We're blessed.
These guys are mad busy, running around, ducking and diving, rushing around the crowd to make sure that people such as yourselves, the diaspora, or anyone that's coming to Ghana, or suited and booted with accommodation. You're really hooking up the diaspora these days, aren't you, Frank? That's what James would say. Yeah. So shout out to James. Frank is hooking up diaspora. But yeah, we're going to get more into this story and what they're doing and what you can learn. Just to let you guys know, you can get the show notes for today by heading over to thesoundofaccra.com/living Ghana. Okay? We'll have the link in the show notes if you're watching on YouTube. We'll have the link in the podcast play if you're listening on the podcast plays as well, like Apple and Spotify. If you're watching YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening to podcast plays, please leave us a review on Apple or Spotify. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Thank you for having
So how did you come up with the name Live in Ghana? So by the way, before we even get into that, just give them a quick elevator pitch about what Live in Ghana does, what you guys do. Just a quick one. I don't typically start this way.
He's usually good at doing that, so
yeah. Yeah? Just relax.
Ivan and myself, we were in a team and we were working on a different project.
Okay.
Live in Ghana, I always say it came by mistake, but a good mistake.
Okay.
Because it was just us helping out some friends out with finding accommodation.
Okay.
And we realized that it was a gap in the market and it's something that we can work on. So it was more like a side hustle.
Yeah.
That is now turning into a main hustle.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that you get lots of referrals through like Canada and things like that.
Yes.
Crazy, man.
Yes.
Why Canada?
Yes.
Like, why is Canada so? Why are they so crazy about shortcuts?
I'm Canadian, Ghanaian.
Yeah.
So I think it stems from that. But we realized that we had every season, because we're doing it for the past about 3 years now.
Okay.
And so every season kind of has its main hotspot.
Yeah.
Because sometimes too, last year I think was more American.
Okay. So every season, like the culture kind of shifts.
Yeah, it kind of shifts a little bit.
Interesting.
And this year, the last Christmas that just passed, it was more UK
people
and Canada a little bit, but more UK, I think.
UK. Yeah, I think a lot of UK people managed to come the last 2021 or 2020, because we're in 2022 now.
So 2021 2021 Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And this year, do you think it's going to change a bit, or do you think it's going to be the same?
I think it's actually going to get better this year.
Okay.
Because I noticed that more people are coming, and it's not just the entertainment factor anymore.
Mm-hmm.
They truly want to get to know the Ghanaian culture and learn it firsthand. So I think more people are now showing on social media that you're in Ghana and the various things that you're doing.
Okay.
And now their audience are now watching and they want to experience that as well. So it's not just Ghanaians that are coming to Ghana.
Yeah, I mean, it's other countries, certainly. Certainly other countries, not just Ghanaians. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't get bookings like this.
Yeah,
let's be frank, right? No pun intended.
Hey guys, this is Adrian with a quick message from our brand new sponsors, Ice Cream and Ting. So, are you a foodie in the UK that finds dessert options on food delivery apps a little bit basic and uninspiring? Well, you need to get yourself some Ice Cream and Ting ice cream and indulge yourself today. They make small batch ice cream tubs with flavors that are rich and inspired by the African continent and the Caribbean. So, what are you waiting for? Get some luxury ice cream ordered straight to your door by heading over to icecreamandting.com and enjoy this experience like I am today. Thank you very much. Now back to the episode.
So how did you come up with the name Live in Ghana?
Oh, he'll take that.
I like your teamwork ethic.
Live in Ghana, I don't think there was any.
It's so simple, but I'm surprised that no one's come up with it. Like, it's just so simple.
Yes.
Yeah.
Usually I come up with the names of the stuff. That because I don't know. I don't even know why.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just because. I don't think it's even because my ideas are just better. I think I'm just more persistent and adamant that I want mine to be the one. But Live in Ghana is sort of a pun for live in Ghana.
Okay.
So, but then it's the whole idea was to have people come to Ghana and enjoy the true Ghanaian society, enjoy the true Ghanaian living.
Okay.
Right. So it's supposed to like fit in those two, that space of living Ghana, like you are living Ghana.
Yeah.
Like you come from abroad, you come to live the Ghanaian lifestyle, so you're living Ghana.
Yeah.
And then it's also just supposed to just fit in the other side of live in Ghana. You get to live in Ghana too as well.
I get it.
Sort of your side. So yes.
Okay.
I think that was basically it.
That's so simple, but yeah, it's effective. You understand?
Yeah.
And I like what you guys are doing. Like, when I think let's talk about the whole booking, like from booking the whole kind of customer journey for booking a short let and then getting checked in and you know just and actually just enjoying having your accommodation and things not really going wrong. I like the way you, Ivan and Frank, how you run Live in Ghana, because I think it's a big issue of people trying to. I think it's been a big issue for people trying to book short lets, whether it's Airbnb, Booking.com. They book it and imagine that they book it and then they arrive and it's already occupied. I mean that is terrible.
Yeah,
that is terrible. Let's talk about like some of like has there been any horror stories that you guys have heard, whether it's from yourself, whether it's through like dealing with people yourself or from others, in terms of people booking short lets. So short lets, by the way, guys, is just short term accommodations. Maybe it could be a few days, just a few weeks, not like monthly accommodation.
Yeah.
So any kind of nightmare stories you guys have heard in terms of like guests trying to book short let accommodation and things going wrong, whether it's from your own operation or from somebody else?
Oh, there's so many.
I'm trying to
maybe just give us. Is there one that stands out from your mind? Just a quick one. Or is there any stories from the tip of your mind that you want to share?
Well, like generally when it gets to December,
we
usually it's a very common horror story.
Okay.
People booking on Airbnb and Booking.com and coming in and they realize when the place it's been double booked.
Double booked.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't have access to the apartment.
Okay.
And then they're in a frenzy and trying to find another place. But then you are here in the middle of the peak season and then there are not many places that are available.
So
and the prices are super high and then people are stuck.
Do you get a lot of leads that way where people have tried to book and there's already been occupied?
Yes.
And then people refer to you and then you're like, please come take care of you.
Even sometimes, I think there was one that a personal client that Frank was dealing with, that the person was looking for a specific type of apartment. He showed them options.
Okay.
They were also looking around, which is, of course, you have to do your due diligence. And they found another apartment that we know of, but we know how risky it is to book that apartment. So he did tell them, yo, don't book this apartment because they are not taking bookings now. So if anybody has taken your money that he's going to book it now, it's not legit.
Wow.
But they thought whoever they were with was cool and maybe they were probably just trying to get them to book with us.
Okay, yes.
And we just left it. Usually, we really don't like to force people or apply pressure. We usually don't even give anyone pressure to do anything. We'll leave you until you are ready.
Yes. That's
so then they did go ahead and they booked and they came and they realized the place was overbooked.
Wow.
Because what that particular property does was they book only through Airbnb.
Yes.
Okay.
And they don't take physical bookings.
Wow.
Usually it's the other way around.
Physical bookings.
Yes, because we had tried to book that place before and then they didn't, even though we were literally there, they made us pay on Airbnb before they gave us the key.
Okay.
Right.
Because they want security, right?
I guess, so the owner of that place is offshore, so that is how he gets to have his records and his control intact.
It makes sense.
Exactly. Yeah. So we told them, they didn't mind us, they went on to book, they came, they realized the place was booked. Wow. And then they came back to us.
Yeah.
Why is this such a case? Why is this the case? Like, why is this such a common problem?
I think there is gap of like an understanding of how the market works in Ghana and how the market and the climate is in Ghana, of how things are different from other countries.
Yeah.
So usually people are judging or making decisions based on what they think it's happening and how they are used to it.
Yeah.
So most of the time we are kind of Ivan and myself, we're kind of on the defense, trying to explain how things are in Ghana and the ups and the pros and cons about booking. And most of the time, people do listen to us, to be honest with you. And sometimes people don't listen, but then we focus on telling the truth, to be honest with you, because we want less headache. And the whole point of living Ghana is to take away the headache. So we try to always give you the recommendation or the suggestions as to what is going on, and we like to be transparent as possible. And I think that people are now starting to understand why we are so transparent, and sometimes people want to send us their deposit. We're like, no,
that's too much.
You cannot, because right now we are not accepting deposit, or the property is not accepting deposit. And sometimes I think the climate is, okay, you need to book early so that the price is low. So people are now rushing, and then you're very eager to book. And sometimes we are actually putting brakes on their money. We're like, no, keep your money for now. We'll let you know when you're going to send it. I think people are now starting to understand why it's important to have a clear communication with whoever your agent is.
Perfect. Okay, and would you say that's your USP in terms of like the way people can trust you, the transparency that you guys have? Because there's a lot of cooks. There's a lot of cooks in the market. I mean, there's so many people. I mean, whether it's in WhatsApp groups or things like that, just spamming or sharing. Yeah, I've got this 2-bed, I've got this 3-bed available, I've got this, it's for this much. But usually it's affiliated with long-term, more long-term rentals. Sometimes short-term when you get towards the Christmas period. But still, it's like some of the professionalism I see in some of the people, it's really bad. It's like you just spam a WhatsApp group with all your pictures and stuff. Like you don't even like have a website, you don't have like an Instagram page, you don't have like a nice little, maybe like, you know, like little watermarks, like you have some watermark pictures which is great, so no one can just go off and take you or whatever. So yeah, I think that's lacking, and I think you guys are filling that gap of professionality, which is great. What I was going to say is that how do you see like the short let market in Ghana? So what's like the hot spots, what's the not so popular spots right now, like in Accra, like people like renting and stuff like that?
So about 2 years ago, when the year of return was...
So you're taking me back 2 years.
Because there's been a significant shift. Everyone coming from the diaspora had only heard of East Legon. And everyone wanted to be in
East Legon.
Just East Legon, that's it?
Yes.
It was very hard.
So, is that where the traffic started?
And a lot of times we were having to convince people, we have nice places in cantonments in Laboni. And it's closer to everything, but no, they want to be in East Legon.
That's what they've not come.
Wow. Because they've heard that that's the Beverly Hills of Accra. That's where all the rich people live. It's bougie, and then that's where they want to be too. And that's where most of their friends are going to be. And they came, they learned.
Traffic,
The traffic was crazy. It was beating them up. Ubers was always on surges, and they had to spend like crazy money to go in and out, especially in the night and everything. And now everyone, the next year that came, wanted to be in cantonments, Laboni. And even if you say East Legon, it's way down the priority. Basically.
It's really is.
Back in order now.
It's like, fine, if you get me something really nice in East Legon, I might take it, but I want to be in airport
and cantonments,
Laboni.
Those areas are a bit more developed now as well.
And even Osu. Just that Osu is now having a little bit of a surge in apartment buildings, but before they're very, very few.
And what we also realized this past holiday is Chado. It's an up-and-coming area, and we had to now convince people that Chado is actually very close to Cantonment and Laboni, and Chado is an up-and-coming area. Most of the properties there are new, and the prices are pretty decent compared to Laboni and Cantonment as well. So Chado is a good option. But unfortunately, a lot of people do not know about Chado area. So sometimes we honestly have to even go on Google Maps, search between Chado and Laboni or Chado and Osu to give them an understanding of where it is and send it to them. So we know that starting this year, 2022, we're gonna have a lot of people requesting for Chado.
Yeah, because that's the upper cup in the area. It's probably the new East Legon.
Basically,
new and improved East Legon.
Yeah, new and improved.
It's better planned. The people from East Legon are mainly the people who have bought lands in Chado and they are building like their dream homes. So Chado is really full of lots and lots of dream homes.
That's quite something.
It's well set up too.
Yeah, and would you say like what else? At Airport Hills, I heard like that's like an area where it's pretty exclusive. People can't really go there unless you have like certain permission. I heard.
Yes.
Wow.
Airport Hills is more for people with their dream homes.
Dream homes, yeah.
And it's usually for the luxury homes and long-term rental.
Long-term rental, yeah.
Airport Hills usually doesn't properties that don't really deal with short-term.
Yeah.
So usually it's out of the short-term market in terms of Airport Hills. But long-term, definitely it's in the market for people that can afford it.
Yeah. I think that's probably like the creme of the crop, isn't it?
Basically, yes. Yeah.
It's like Beverly Hills, isn't it?
Yeah. You honestly cannot go higher than Airport Hills right now.
Yeah. Even higher than airport residential.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's another level. So how do you guys go about? Of course, like you don't own these properties. I mean, how do you go about getting your own, like getting stock and stuff? Like, is it like a property comes to the market and then it's multiple agents dealing with it, or are your properties, are they exclusive to you, or are they not exclusive to? So they're not exclusive, and like how do you go about like negotiating like the rent with like the landlords and getting these properties onto the market? How do you go about that?
Well, there are different options. We play in all the games, I'll say.
Okay.
Sometimes we do have direct connection with the owner, and we do directly with the owner.
Okay.
Some owners too have property management companies managing their properties, but we deal with directly with the property management and not through agents. Sometimes you will go through an agent, but we make sure that we're still dealing directly with the property manager or the owner, even if there's another agent involved, because sometimes we will get an order of someone looking for an apartment, and we might not have it, but we have a lot of friends that are agents as well that we can quickly ask, oh, we need this, do you have a property? And if they do, we kind of have a system of how we list properties. So one of us will have to go in and physically check the apartment to make sure that everything that is in picture is actually there. And we take our own pictures as well. Pictures and videos.
I like that. Always go an extra mile.
Yes, because we don't want a problem where people are coming in and they get the pictures, but then when they get to the property, that's not it. And we know that that's a problem. Again, we're trying to take away the headache. So that is something that we're basically focused on, that we need to check the apartment and check that it's there, check the price, check everything to make sure that it's checked.
I like that.
Before we even send it out to our clients.
Checkmate.
Yeah.
So did you add to that?
I think he basically said everything because basically with every property that we list, we have a specific type of media that we send to people. We send pictures of every part of the property, like the kitchen, living room, bathrooms, everything. We don't omit anything.
Okay.
Secondly, we do a walkthrough video as well.
Nice.
So not many other agents or property managers do all of that, because make sure that you have, as much as the phone can capture, you have a full idea of what the property is going to look like. So we do that, and then because of that, we have the expectancy from everyone that comes to us, because most of the people that come to us are through referrals. So they expect that, okay, just the way just how you treated the person who referred me, and that's what I'm expecting. And then we have to live up to that. So we have to provide the media the way we want to. We want to provide it, and we don't try to go down. Like, we don't try to cut corners with
that. I like how you go above and over and above, the call of duty, because I mean, agents just take pictures and they just spam everywhere. I've been saying this so many times, but it's what I've been seeing, right?
True.
And barely any of them have a website. I mean, you get some like the Instagram, even the Instagram is tacky. But I like how you guys do things. You've got your clips, you've got your clips, your reels, all that kind of stuff, and it stands out from a bunch, from amongst a bunch. What I was going to say is, I think it's a good segue, because you talked about how you guys do double checks, check. In terms of like what people need to look out for in terms of like getting a short let, if you want to rent a short let. In terms of like, what would you say like? In terms of like being a good agent, would you say like, yeah? Actually, let's talk about that. Being a good agent, would you say doing your due diligence is really important?
Super important.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've had a few experiences with some properties. There was this particular one at airport. I won't mention the name, but
Okay, that's fine.
it looks really good.
Yeah.
It has all the facilities. It has a pool, everything.
Yeah.
But then we had a hell of a time. I think that year we booked about 4 units over there.
Okay.
We had a hell of a time with some of the units.
Well, in a bad way. In a bad way, in a good way. Okay.
I know how hell can be good, but but I get it. Because you go there, the ACs don't work.
Man.
There's all these small issues that the
Yeah.
pictures would not tell you,
my
Yes.
and the videos would not tell you. So
Yeah.
we literally go there, turn on all the ACs.
Wow.
Lights,
Chill
check the
there.
water to see
Chill
if
there
it's
Most
for
agents
working.
in Ghana won't do that. I
Yeah.
guarantee you.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
it's expensive to do that anyways, and everybody's just trying to reserve as much money as they can. But then it's super
But then in
important.
the long run doesn't work out, isn't it?
Yeah.
It just brings more headache.
There you go. You guys need sustainability in the game. Go on.
Like it was so hard that year because you're sleeping and someone has gone out and is back at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
They want to take a shower, the water is not flowing.
I know, yeah.
They are calling you,
Yeah.
what's happening, and you have to try and intervene and get someone to go check it at 4 a.m. Sometimes I'm even out.
Is that, so that's
And
something
I
that's
come
happened
back-
to you guys, yeah?
Yeah,
Wow.
so because of that, that's
Yeah.
sort of really reiterated the fact that we always have to go check, turn on ACs, make sure everything is working smoothly.
Yeah.
Even before the client is going to check in, we are there a couple of hours before, turn everything on, make sure everything is fine.
Okay.
If there's something, some of these things are small issues like the AC, you'd probably just have to like get a guy to just come check on the gas.
Yeah.
Small issues that could be taken care of within like 30 minutes. So when the client does come in, everything is perfect and you can go, and you probably won't even hear of your client again until they're checking out.
Not
That's
bad.
our dream. That's our
Yeah,
dream.
that's the
thing.
dream. Yeah. But have you had a lot of like check-ins, or do you guys have like metrics where out of 100 clients, 70 have had, good, perfect check-ins? Do you have like different like metrics and stuff? Do you guys like collect certain data so you guys can continue to evaluate, assess yourself so that you can improve?
This December was
Crazy.
honestly probably like a dream come true.
Really?
Even though we were very
Super
busy,
Yeah.
most of the time we were not solving our internal problems. We're actually solving other people's problems. What I mean by that is people that don't have accommodation, they need accommodation last minute.
Yeah.
Or, so it was mostly not us dealing with, because some of our clients, I did not even physically see them.
Wow.
Because maybe Ivan did their check-in when they checked in, but there was no issues during their stay, and then they checked out. So I never got to meet them. Some of them I spoke to them on the phone, but I never got to meet them
so
because
literally just nice, just like remote check-ins and check-outs.
sometimes it
Okay,
depends on the
sometimes.
property.
Depends on the property, okay.
Most of the time, one of us will be there, if not both, will be there during the check-in and the check-out. Some properties do have their own system of check-ins.
Yeah.
So even then, we usually go there before the client actually gets there
Nice.
to make sure that everything is set out. So then if we're not there physically for when they actually open the door, we know that everything is on point.
Yeah.
To the point whereby if we know the client just got off the plane and they're heading to the apartment, we'll call them. The client is coming, please turn on the AC, make sure everything is fine before they actually walk in. So again, we have a system, and again, it depends on which property. More on the high end ones usually doesn't necessarily need us because they have their own system that we're okay with. But most of the time, we are physically there.
Yeah. And I think it's a good warm, fuzzy feeling for the guest who's just wanted to come to Accra, Ghana for years, and finally get there, and you understand, and you guys are welcoming them with open hands. And,
Right.
Here's some plantain chips. Welcome to Accra, whatever. Some King's Bite, whatever it is, right? And then and then from start to finish, like the whole accommodation process is just like, stress free. I think that is very key. That whole interaction is very key because some people can come to Ghana for the first time, and if the accommodation, no experience is terrible, that can play in their mind.
It really can.
And then they're like, oh, I don't want to come back.
Yes.
Even though it's just one accommodation. That, I mean, you can't generalize it to every house or whatever, but because of just that experience, like, it puts them off. So I think that's very, very important, very, very good what you guys are doing.
It honestly is. We had a client, he wasn't Ghanaian.
Yeah.
And I even thought that he had friends in Ghana, but then when he arrived, I realized that he actually doesn't even have any friends.
Yeah.
So what happened was he messaged us in terms of looking for accommodation because he booked on Airbnb twice and both properties got cancelled.
Okay.
And this was like within a week of him coming to Ghana, and he was very stressed out.
Yeah.
So even trying to find accommodation last minute was a struggle, but then we made it possible because I promised him that we were going to find something for him.
Yeah.
And when he arrived, we went to go pick them up, check them in their apartment. Him and his brother, they were very, very happy that we came there physically to come get them, take them to their apartment to make sure that they were fine, everything checked out.
Yeah.
And even time to time, they will message us to tell us that, oh, they're doing good. And honestly, and he's coming back in December.
Wow.
I even checked them out, and they messaged me when they left Ghana. They were so happy with. Basically, they knew that if anything was to happen to them, they could always call us. And we always let our clients know that they could call us at any time.
Literally,
and yes, I have received
24
calls.
Hours, 24 hours.
Like literally.
But how do you sleep? How do you guys sleep? You guys have okay, let's talk about you guys have a team, right? You have some team members?
We do have a team, but most of the thing we're very hands-on. With how we handle our things, because again, we are trying to solve the problem that exists in Ghana, unfortunately, in the African market in terms of accommodation. And we usually put ourselves in their shoes, literally.
That's the best way to do it.
Sometimes it makes it a little bit. I think sometimes we actually go overboard a little bit.
Yeah.
That we're doing a bit too much.
Too much, yeah.
Then some of the clients are, okay, I'm good. Because sometimes we're messaging them, are you guys okay? Is everything okay? Do you guys need this or that?
Yeah.
And sometimes the client's okay. We understand, but we're good. So we are actually learning to how to take a step back as well.
It makes sense. Yeah, you don't be too generous.
I guess so. Yeah, but for now, honestly, it is doing wonders for us. Us being hands-on, and us having the one-on-one relationship, because that is the most important thing to us.
Yeah.
So we want clients to just message us, because I think there was a time whereby a friend messaged me because they lost their property because they booked an Airbnb.
Yeah. And
someone, I think her cousin or something like that, found them a property. And she messaged me with the pictures. And I remember I sent it to Ivan. I'm like, okay, do you see anything? Then I'm like, you know what? I don't mind going to check out the property for you, because, again, our main goal is not the money.
Yeah.
It's more about people coming to Ghana and having a good time and actually enjoying and learning about the culture. I think because we have a bigger goal. Living in Ghana is just one step foot in, or the first phase, I would say.
Okay, so I mean, I guess we'll get a little bit into that as we're wrapping up, shortly. Wow, that's quite something. So let's talk about, so like, you guys get commissions. You get paid by commissions, right?
Yes.
So I mean, what's more profitable? Is it the longer term lets, right? The longer term rentals are more profitable, or kind of short terms be just as profitable sometimes?
The Ghanaian market kind of fluctuates, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Sometimes you have more of the long lets. Like right now, we're working mostly long lets with our clients right now, because the short lets kind of died down.
Okay.
So it goes up and down, and it depends on the deal that is going on. Because sometimes, yes, you can have a long let apartment that could literally, that service fee could cover like 5 short lets service fee. But then if you have like 10 or 15 short lets, it kind of tilts the scale a bit. So it depends.
Okay, cool. So I mean, I guess you guys work seasonally based on the requirements of the season. So obviously Christmas in Ghana is going to have more short lets, and when it's not Easter or not Christmas or whatever, then you can have more long term lets. Okay, cool. And like, what's like a good starting price to look out for someone that comes, diaspora or non-diaspora, that wants to just rent an apartment, maybe 1 to 2 bed apartment in a quote? What's like a good like starting price like to expect? that has like AC, Wi-Fi, that has everything that you need in there. What's like the typical kind of starting range? It's usually in dollars, isn't it?
Yeah, it's usually in dollars. That's another issue altogether.
Okay.
But so the thing is, it's quite a tough question because
it fluctuates as well.
It does according to season. Secondly, too, depends on the
area.
The area. It depends on the kind of
down. Yeah, goes up and down all the time. And I think that's how the rental market is around the world. Like it always goes up and down.
Yeah.
It
also depends on the kind of
factors, political
amenities.
factors, so many factors as well. Yeah, and amenities as well.
Yeah, so if you want a pool, if you want to pay for the pool, a gym,
and
all these things, of course, you're going to go a little more premium.
Yeah.
The reason why it's a tough question is because there are options that are on the lower end, but because of how we've gone to these properties and we've accessed them, we don't want to go to all of these properties.
Okay, yeah.
So
basically the crap,
I try to be
that's a nice thing,
diplomatic, but
I know, yeah.
For a good setup, not too far from town.
Yeah, good setup.
Pretty decent.
Decent
I would say you
price.
could look at anything from
decent. Yeah.
$800.
$800.
Yes.
Okay.
Fully furnished.
Yeah.
That's for the month. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's for the month.
Nice. We'll come with like your AC, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Definitely.
Maybe Wi-Fi. Maybe Wi-Fi.
Well, yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, with most of these, with the Wi-Fi case, like we have one property that we like to rent out. It's really well set up and everything except the Wi-Fi. So because of that, we have a couple of
the internet
plug and play modems that we give to our clients, and then they can just load their Wi-Fi on it.
Perfect.
So we try to provide that too as well.
Yeah, it's a good option.
So yeah, so anything from 800 going.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that also depends on the season, because the same property that'll be 800 in the middle of the peak season. It's not going to be 800 anymore.
Of course. So obviously, again, the market always changes based on the season, economics, political factors, etc. And what's like the most like expensive like property that you guys have rented out, like price wise?
In terms of one bedroom, because it depends.
Okay. Yeah, it depends.
It depends. Yeah. Let's say like for apartment, 1 to 2 bed apartment.
Two-bed apartment.
I think that's the most popular one, right? 2 bed is a 2-bed most popular setup.
Yeah, 2-bedroom was I think is
2-bed apartment. Yeah,
around
$5,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a nice little commission.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't complain.
Because 2 bedrooms was the most popular number of units.
Yeah, I think it is really, because when you look at town, let's say when you look at like property sales at the moment, like nobody really goes for typically like 3, 4, 5 bed townhouses. I mean, it sells, but I think like the higher the units, the less it sells.
Right.
But I think 1 to 2 bed, I think is more appealing to the diaspora or maybe expats. Because they want to go in and out, or they want to rent it out. Understand? Or they want to rent out maybe just one room and stay in one room.
Facts.
One thing I would say in terms of the price, though, I always ask clients, "What is your budget?"
Yeah.
The reason why that question is probably the most, because sometimes people are fighting with us to let us know the budget. And sometimes I'm like, I want you to tell me, because sometimes, even if we don't have it, we can always ask around.
Yeah.
And sometimes we go an extra mile to come with some sort of deal with the owner.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it might be just $100 difference.
Yeah.
But sometimes we can talk to the owner and be like, you know what? The owner, you actually owe us. Sometimes we can pull some little strings or little favors with our owners, because we usually do have good relationships
So
with our owners.
So you've actually built long-term relationships with some of these owners, like years and stuff like that.
Yes.
Nice.
Since we're right in the middle,
Yeah.
we want to build a strong relationship with our clients, and at the same time with owners as well.
All the stakeholders are important.
Yes, because there are some owners whereby if we're the ones calling, they're automatically going to say yes, because they know that we take an extra steps of figuring out. And to be honest with you, we try to accommodate everyone, but to be honest with you, we can't.
Yeah.
Reason why is because sometimes from conversations and stuff like, we can figure out that, okay, these clients are not truthful, or there's something that is off about them.
Yeah.
And we will ask questions, and if we're not getting what we need to get to feel comfortable to rent out owner's apartment, we're not going to rent it out.
I like that.
There are some times that we have physically said no to clients that we cannot rent out because of maybe based on their previous history with us. Yeah. Or just based on the whole vibe of the conversation that we just don't feel comfortable.
That makes sense.
Yeah, and there are some times that whereby we have called owners and basically let them know that, okay, we had someone for your property, maybe they viewed it, but through going through our process, we don't feel comfortable representing them. So if you still want to go ahead, you can go ahead with it, but then we are going to take a step out. And usually owners do listen to us. So I always tell clients that whatever the situation is, if it's important for us to know, please let us know. Because sometimes we'll have clients that will come in that maybe they might not have the money to pay for their accommodation. Really? And sometimes we can go to the owner and explain the situation to them. And some owners are very understandable that there can be a payment plan that will be set up or whatever the case is. So we always ask clients to try to be the most transparent
it
as
does,
possible.
because it helps, because it prevents problems from creeping up in the futures, and it makes perfect sense. And again, due diligence. I think that's a very key thing for an agent, isn't it?
Yes.
To be successful, profitable, and to avoid as many headaches as possible, especially in this country we call Ghana. This Gold Coast, huh? Yeah, so this has been very valuable information for the audience so far. I think one question I probably want to wrap up with is, what tips would you give to anyone, whether it's renting out with Live in Ghana or somebody else? What tips would you give to people who want to come out and get a short let or maybe a mid to long term rental property in Ghana or in Accra? What things do they need to look out for in terms of just doing the same? Yeah.
I would say, well, for one, they should ask as many questions as they can.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
Ask as many questions as they can. They should probably also try to confirm through other people how, if you have a representative in Ghana, like, all the best. If you're going to get a property, try and have someone, a cousin, a friend, someone in Ghana, just check it out, see if it exists.
Wow.
Yeah.
No pitfall.
I would say try to work with referrals as much as possible. Try to ask your friends who have been to Ghana who they dealt with, how smooth it was, or people that they suggest that you deal with. Rather than just going on what is advertised, because everyone is advertising.
I'm telling you, like you said, the spammers. Go on.
Just make sure you don't have any question in your mind unanswered. Like we had like one client, Kobe. He would bombard you with questions every
I don't like those ones, man.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to deal with this guy. He's too...
But if it's annoying to answer if the person is not asking valid questions or being repetitive. But then if the person is asking good questions, it's even fun to answer.
You can't really...
It's really good. So just ask as many questions, try and deal with referrals as much as possible. Ask a friend, get someone to show you someone to deal with. Do you have anything?
One of our little tricks that we use, now I'm going to expose it here, is usually... Sometimes the first thing I actually check when I go to an apartment is the washroom and the AC.
Wow.
Because the external AC will actually tell you the state of the apartment.
Wow.
And the washroom. So most of the time, even when we get pictures from, let's say, another agent or a property management, sometimes we even, like, I don't even look at the living room, bedroom. I just go straight to the washroom. Or I look at the living room, try to find out where the AC is. And the external appearance of the AC will tell you.
That's the...
And one thing is, in Ghana, usually utilities are not included in the price. Except for maybe like the high-end apartments still do include them. But most of the time it is not included. So a lot of people don't know, or I didn't know even at the beginning, that electricity, Wi-Fi, sometimes it's not included in the apartment. So you want to ask and confirm if utilities like internet, water, electricity, and cleaning services are included in the apartment price. And if it's not, what is the cost? Because sometimes they will tell you the apartment, let's say, is $1,000, but then the utilities, they're asking for like $500.
Wow.
So in reality, you're actually paying $1,500. So yeah, you want to confirm your utilities bill as well before you confirm. Yeah, and honestly, try to always get, in terms of payment, a paper trail of a payment that you're making.
Yeah.
Like us, we actually sometimes force clients that we need to send you an invoice before you pay. Yeah. Because the invoice will state everything that the price of the, let's say, utilities, everything.
Yeah.
And so so ask for or make sure there's paper trail in terms of payment, so you can always trail it in case of anything. And even sometimes we even go back to the paper trail to try to confirm if there was a payment plan, how much did the client pay, how much they owe, what. Sometimes it honestly does matter. And I'll say something about that. I'll say something, one last thing, about that charging in dollars.
Okay.
So the apartments, technically, they're not charging dollars.
Yeah.
They're actually charging cities.
Okay.
But usually it's converted into dollars just to make it easier for people that are outside the country to understand
how much it is,
how much they're actually paying.
Interesting. Is that with most properties?
I'll say mostly all of them. Mostly all of them.
Okay.
But they just state the price, or they quote the price in dollars, again, just for an understanding's sake. Because most of the time you're actually paying in cities.
Yeah.
Not dollars. If you choose to pay in dollars too, some of them will accept it. Some of them will actually not accept it because they will want the payment to be made to their bank account.
Yeah, sure.
And if the bank account is in cities, you're paying in cities.
Yeah.
Yes, that's one thing I wanted to clarify, because even our invoices and receipts, we will have the American dollars, but we also have cities as well, the equivalent to cities as well.
So people can choose which one they want to
pay. So if you want to pay,
applicable.
we'll give you the equivalent for you.
American dollars, not Canadian dollars, right?
American dollars.
No disrespect, bro.
Trust me, he goes to it from I would say that American, you don't respect the Canadian dollars.
Yeah. Ghanaians should start respecting the Canadian dollars.
No,
in CA do we trust?
But then, the only times there are exceptions to that is when the property owner does not live in the country.
Yes.
And so they will request that the money has to be paid in dollars into their account. So with that, even if we can only receive money in cedis because of how the banking system goes.
Yeah.
So with that, they would have to send it in cedis, and we would have to convert it into dollars. From the Forex Bureau. I think that's not even much of a common thing outside here. But here we have so many places you can change money into dollars, and then we go make the payment into the account. It's just a slight difference in rates, which is also another thing. But
you lose out a little bit.
Forex, lose out a little bit, but then
man. But so
that's the exception.
Quite interesting. Yeah, it's clear there's a lot of moving parts that goes into this operation. One last thing quickly. The legal process of you guys getting set up, was that difficult?
Because of this guy, he has a lot of connections.
Okay.
So
it wasn't too
there was a lot of I know this guy, let me pick up the phone and call this guy to get an advice.
Okay.
So we had a lot of people that we can go seek advice from as to how to go through the process. So it was fairly easy because we expected it to be a complicated process, and it was actually easier than what we thought. So one thing I'll say though, we live in Ghana, we're not just accommodation per se.
Okay.
Honestly, whatever you need advice from, or you need someone to just ask quick questions, even if it's, let's say, starting a business, we know a couple of people that we can always connect you with and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's not just always we want to collect your money. Give you a nice
apartment with AC that's not rusty and washroom that works.
And even this year we're getting into property management.
Okay.
Because the market or our clients are demanding that we do property management.
I think you guys would be good at that.
So we're venturing into that this year as well.
Nice. So you guys, you guys just provide. You guys just literally provide the rental to the clients. Are they?
No. There are a few
but
things.
what's the difference? Like you're not managing once the client gets the keys to the property. Is that it? I mean, but you're technically kind of managing because
So the management
issues,
is from the owner's side.
Okay.
So literally, because a lot of owners again don't live in Ghana.
Country. Okay.
So it's basically you taking care of the apartment, making sure that everything is ready, and receiving bookings as well, and making sure from other agents you're literally in charge of the apartment.
Yeah.
Or the property.
Yeah.
Because we do have some owners whereby we're indirectly managing their properties for them, and that's what we have some owners that are now honestly asking that we manage their properties for them because of how smooth things have been since they're dealing with Live in Ghana. So that is part of the business that we're focusing on now. And then with Live in Ghana, we're into touring. We don't.
Yeah.
What happened with the touring thing? We did it in 2019.
Pickups, huh?
Yeah, and airport pickups as well.
Yeah, I see you, Frank. Up and down. Like on, get stuck in traffic.
Yeah. We're into touring as well, but it slowed down because of COVID. But 2022 is going to start picking up again. Yeah. So there's different parts, and that's why I said this is just the first phase of Live in Ghana. There's different phases that we're going into.
Okay, yeah. So there's a whole kind of 360 thing to this, not just one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So 2022, look out for Live in Ghana and what they're going to drop. Look, Ivan, Frank, it's been great having you on the show. Where can people find you? Where people connect with you?
So yeah, on Instagram it's Live in Ghana. Yeah. No underscore, no space. Just straight up Live in Ghana.
That's it.
The same handle on Facebook too as well. Our website is livinghana.net.
Okay.
We're reachable all the time. Even on the numbers? So okay, we are always accessible. So on an Instagram page, there's a contact button. You contact that. Most likely you reach Frank through there. Okay. On the website, there's a WhatsApp button where you just tap that, you go straight into our WhatsApp and you can speak to us from there. Yeah. Most likely from there you'll be speaking to me. Okay. So yeah, with numbers, that's pretty much it.
And the emails are connected as well.
Yes.
Emails is info.livinghana@gmail.com.
Yes.
You can always reach us.
hello@livinghana.net. That's the one connected directly to the website. Our website.
Okay. So yeah,
that's it. Well, that's all for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We've had Frank and Ivan from Live in Ghana. Yeah. If you want to join us for today, please head over to thesoundofcrowd.com/livingghana, and you have all the references, key links from today's show. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
No problem at all. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.